Item B, hold public hearing and adopt resolution amending master fee schedule for 2009-2010 and establishing fees for municipal services. And Administrative Services Director, Mr. Leary.
Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, approved fees for special services requested by some residents in the community are listed in the city's master fee schedule, and this is a document that is published annually and made available to the public. It's also a list that is available on the city's webpage. Full cost recovery for these special services is a policy direction of the City Council, and one of the efforts that is undertaken is to make sure that the maximum cost recovery is undertaken, and this is a critical component of the city's ongoing financial stability. In the budget that the City Council began considering last night for the year 2009-10, a total revenue of $4.7 million is anticipated from these fees that are charged, and that's approximately 15% of the total general fund revenue. The other important matter when these fees are set is that it does eliminate the subsidy or limits the general tax revenues that are necessary in order to provide these services. As was discussed last night, both for the current fiscal year and for 09-010, there is very little change or very little increase in city costs. So it's not surprising in looking at the recommended changes to the master fee schedule for 09-10 that there are in fact very few changes. These are all provided in the agenda packet. The specific pages and only the pages from the master fee schedule that have changes in them are included in the packet. I just wanted to comment on a couple of the changes that are proposed, and then would be glad to answer questions about these or any of the other changes. The first would just like to mention that there is a change, an increase from $1.25 to $1.50 for the PEG, or the local origination charge, that would impact both cable television and AT&T to the extent that they provide video services here in San Bruno. That is the first change in the local origination charge in 10 years. A second change in the police department is the fee that is charged for storage vehicle release. This is an increase to cover some higher city costs and to establish a comparable fee as is charged by other San Mateo County cities. The non-residential rate for picnic area rentals has been just adjusted to conform to the general schedule that the residential charge is half of the non-residential charge, and there were changes simply to correct and to make sure that structure was in place for all the picnic rental fees. The Community Service Department has also included the Rotary Pavilion as an additional rental location for the first time, and there is a fee established for that. At the same time, there's actually a reduction in the aquatic fees related to lap swim and the water aerobics, because the overall period for those activities to be provided has been shortened, and so proportionally the cost for those programs has been adjusted in order to reflect that shorter period. Finally, I did want to mention that the field user fee is being adjusted from the current $8.25 to $10. This was first adjusted, or most recently adjusted by council action in 2008, at which time the council directed that there be a two-step adjustment over 2 years. So this is the second of those adjustments from the $8.25 to $10. With that, I'd be glad to answer any questions about what I specifically mentioned or any other changes that are proposed.
Any questions of staff?
Through the chair.
Councilmember Medina.
through your report, you've answered just about all my questions, so thank you for that. The one question I had was, under the Parks and Recreation, do those fees, are they, with the exception obviously of the field user fee, are those reviewed by the Park and Rec Commission for their recommendations and review before coming to us?
I know for a fact that the field users fee was reviewed.
Yeah, with the exception of that, because
yeah,
that's already from '08.
Maybe if I could get a confirmation.
I do not believe all of the fees listed in the brochure go to the Park and Rec Commission before the brochure is finalized. I do not think that is the case.
If I'm looking at it correctly, unless I've missed something, the only fees really being adjusted in Park and Rec are the user fees, baseball user fees, which were approved last year, but the council said rather than doing an increase all in 1 year, do it over 2 years. And the others are just being adjusted really to pretty much correct typos and to be aligned with practice, where you have a resident fee that is 50% that of a non-resident fee. And so the non-resident fees that didn't get properly increased are being properly increased. But otherwise, there's not really any changes. The only other one is the swim time. The annual pass is being reduced because the city is closing the pool for a number of times, so it's proportionately reduced. But I don't see anything else really in here that the commission hasn't, would weigh in on. I mean, they certainly want a differential between resident and non-resident use, and we've agreed that that's 50% on the rentals. Some of them, for whatever reason, didn't get increased by that amount. Is there anything else that I missed in there?
That is correct.
Okay.
I guess the answer is no, so thank you.
Any other comments from council? Okay, this is a public hearing. Any member of the public wanting to address the council on this? Seeing none, if the public hearing is closed, you'll be precluded from speaking on this item. Seeing no one, is there a motion to close the public hearing?
So move.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Council discussion or action from council?
Through the chair, will introduce a resolution for adoption.
Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Ruane.
Aye.
Councilmember Medina.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Mayor Franzella.
Aye.